Poo. Let's draw Giggly Poo. Let's start with the head. It kind of looks like a strawberry top. Then draw a giant circle for the face. Next, we're gonna add eyebrows. And then the eyes. We're gonna make them super big. The eyes are just small circles and big circles on the outside. We're gonna do the same exact thing on the right side. Then we're gonna draw his mouth, a nice smile, and then we're gonna draw his bottom half. He has 2 arms and 4 legs in total. Giggly has these little round dots on each of his legs. These are called suckers. All squids have these on their legs. Their legs are otherwise known as tentacles. Suckers are very useful for squids to hold on to things, and they're essential for their survival. Isn't that neat? Make sure you draw a lot of them. All right, now that we're done with the outline, let's start coloring Giggly. Let's choose black for the eyes. Very nice. Then his mouth too. Perfect. His whole body is yellow, kind of like a mustard color. Make sure you color in the top of his head and then his bottom half. When you're coloring the bottom half, make sure not to color in the suckers just yet. They're going to be a different color. Great job! His face is a slightly lighter yellow. Let's color in around his eyes and mouth so that the different yellow colors don't get mixed together. Color around his face very carefully. He's very ticklish. Then we'll fill in the suckers on each of his tentacles. Next, let's color in the rest of his eyes. Giggly has beautiful brown eyes. And then his other eye. Next, let's color in his tongue. And there you go! Giggle, giggle, giggly! Thanks for coloring with us today. See you next time for more fun adventures. Giggly Poo. Let's draw Bubbly Poo. Let's start with the head. Make a hill twice, then eyebrows and heart-shaped eyes. Her overall face is shaped like a strawberry. Complete the eyes, mouth, and cheeks on both sides. They're little hearts. Let's start drawing the body. Her arms are up in the air, and she has 6 legs total. Doesn't she look like she's ready to dance? Perfect! Bubbly has a bunch of hearts all around her body. These are called suckers. They're very useful for squids to hold on to things. Giggly has round suckers on his body. Bubbly's suckers are heart-shaped, of course. Bubbly has 4 suckers on each leg and arm, and they all look like a heart. Don't forget her arms. Perfect! Now let's start coloring. Try the strawberry pink color for the head and her body. And we're gonna color around the suckers. Great job! I like to go around the outline first, and then I color everything in. That helps me make sure I don't miss a spot. This is such a pretty color, isn't it? Next, flamingo pink for the face. It's lighter than the strawberry pink color of the body. We're gonna go around her eyes, and her cheeks, and her mouth. She has a lot of hearts on her body, doesn't she? All right, we're gonna choose black for the eyes and for her upper mouth. Her mouth is also shaped like a heart. We're gonna fill in the rest with a darker pink, sort of like a dusty pink. And her cheeks. Perfect! Gonna get all the suckers on each of her legs and arms. And once we're done with that, there you go! Bubble, bubble, bubbly. Thanks for coloring with us today. See you next time for more fun adventures. Giggly Poo! Let's draw Wiggly Poo. Let's start with the head. Make a big hill, and then draw in a star-shaped hairline next. Very good. And then his head kind of looks like an egg. And we're gonna draw his ears. They're also star-shaped. Next, his eyebrows, and then his signature sunglasses. And don't forget his big, wide smile. And his tongue. We're gonna draw these little lines on the sunglasses so it looks like they're reflecting the sun. Perfect! Next, we're gonna draw his body. He has 6 noodle-shaped legs, and on each of the legs, he has 3 stars. Let's finish drawing the legs first, and then we're gonna draw all the stars and count them. Perfect! All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, last one, 16, 17, 18. Great job. 18 stars. Next, we're gonna color. We're gonna color in this dark green. I call it a pine green because it kind of looks like pine trees to me. We're gonna color his whole head this color. Coloring around his star-shaped ears, and we're gonna color his tongue this color. Isn't that silly? Next, we're gonna color in his noodle legs, making sure not to color in the stars. Great job coloring! That's fun! Next, we're gonna pick black for his eyebrows and his sunglasses, making sure not to color in those lines from before so it still looks like he's reflecting the sun. And we're gonna color in the rest of his mouth. And light green for his ears and for his face. This shade is called jade green. After you're done with that, then we'll have Wiggly Poo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggly. Thanks for coloring with us today. See you next time for more fun adventures. Giggly Poo. Let's draw Sharky. We're gonna draw a circle for his face with a pointed fin in the middle. Then his sleek body, his arms, and his magnificent tail. Perfect. Next, we're gonna draw his face. We're gonna start with his eyebrows on each side, and then his eyes. His eyes are made up of many layers of circles. Make sure you leave a lot of room in the middle for his big mouth. Great! Looking cute, right? Next, we're gonna draw that smile and his mouth. Since he's a shark, he's got a lot of sharp teeth. We're gonna draw the top teeth and then his tongue. Here are his little nostrils. And look, the outline is done. Now let's start coloring. That's my favorite part. Let's choose pastel blue for his overall face and for his body. So let's color in his head, making sure not to color in the eyebrows or his eyes just yet. And then we're gonna color in his body. We have his arms, his tail, and the other side. Make sure not to miss a spot. Next, we'll choose this darker blue for his eyebrows, and then black for his eyes. And the back of his mouth, not his teeth or his tongue. Perfect! The rest of his body is this very, very light blue. Let's color that in carefully. Let's color his eyes that blue and his tongue red. And perfect! There you go, it's Sharky! Thanks for coloring with us today. See you next time for more fun adventures. Giggly Poo. Let's draw Annie. Annie is a clam. Do you remember what she looks like? She has 2 curious eyes and 2 curious eyebrows. Her face kind of looks like a thumb, but she has a very gentle smile. Next, her shell looks like a half moon with a lot of wrinkles. We're going to add in those wavy lines that sort of look like ocean waves. Let's add in some more wavy and wiggly lines. Next, we're going to draw the bottom shell. It's going to look almost exactly the same. See all those wavy lines? And the wiggly lines on the inside. Let's add in some more. Perfect! We're going to draw her bubbles next. And then we're going to color them blue. One bubble. And the other bubble. Next, we're going to color in her eyebrows and her eyes. The middle part of her eyes is called a pupil. Then we're going to color the rest of her body, starting with her face. What color does this remind you of? Is it peach, coral, or maybe salmon, like the fish? Her shell is that same beige color. The top shell and the bottom shell. Let's get that bottom. Make sure not to miss a spot. Great! We're going to choose that saffron yellow for the inside of the shell. And it's totally okay to go over all those wiggly, wavy lines that you drew before. And for the bottom shell too, so that they match. After that, Annie will be finished. Thanks for coloring with us today. See you next time for more fun adventures. Giggly Poo! Let's draw Walter. Walter has big, expressive eyes, so let's start there. Look how many layers of circles they are. Next is eyebrows, and then his face. He looks a lot like Annie. Then we're gonna draw his shell, starting with the top shell. Sort of looks like a half-eaten cookie. We're gonna draw wavy lines inside, a whole bunch of them. The wavy lines should almost look like a spider's web. We're gonna do the same thing for the bottom shell. It's important for him to have a matching top shell and bottom shell. We're gonna draw in more wavy lines so that they're matching. Next, we're gonna draw some bubbles, a small one and a big one, and then dots inside. After that, we're gonna color, my favorite part. We're gonna color in his eyebrows and his eyes in black. Perfect. Bubbles are blue. Popsicle blue, my favorite shade. His shells are green inside, a very light green. I call the shade olive green. There we are. Make sure not to miss a spot for his top and his bottom shell. Fill in the turquoise color for the outside shell. That's a hard word. Turquoise. Say it with me. Turquoise. Make sure to go around the shell outline. There we go. And we're going to do the same for the bottom shell. Next, we're gonna color his face. It's gonna be a slightly lighter turquoise, more like a proper blue. And then Walter will be done! Thanks for coloring with us today. See you next time for more fun adventures.